Hey everybody, Chris with Night of Living Card Games. Here we are on a Friday afternoon, and we've got new products. New product days are always great. I just ran over to my local game store to pick up Psylocke and Angel, and I had the afternoon off of work, so I figured, hey, what better way to spend my time than to do a live stream, play out, just go through the pre-con of Psylocke, and if I have time, Angel. Let's do some pre-con and see how they go. So I've decided I'm starting with Psylocke because she interested me more than Angel. I know a lot of people are excited for Angel. I think they're both going to be really good because they're opening up a couple of the traits. Psylocke's improving on the psionic trait, and Angel will finally give us stuff to deal with Ariel. We've been asking for a while now, for years, just when is Ariel going to actually mean something? So Psylocke, so I looked at the official FFG releases and their cards that they showed on there at the time, whenever that was, like 3 months ago or something like that, 2-3 months ago. I haven't really paid attention since. I know both of these packs have been spoiled for a month or two at this point. And side note, my personal hot take is people that go and release packs early, just don't. Just don't. It ruins the excitement of things. I mean, I know X23 was spoiled. Somehow somebody got their hands on X23 like a week or two ago and have already spoiled the entire pack. Somebody this week somehow got their hands on Deadpool and have posted all the cards for it. And it's just like, that's just uncalled for. It's 2 months out. If you can't wait 2 months, then you need to learn some patience, people. And you're ruining things for the creators, for the designers, the creators, the marketing people that do all this. Maybe they want to hook up with content creators. Not me, I'm not big enough, but like the podcast or Nelson or G20 or something, to do some spoilers, to do some early releases. And now, what's the point? Because somebody just went and released the whole pack. So I don't get it. I don't understand it. And, I don't think people should do that. But obviously, everybody's got their own opinions. Tons of people are excited to be able to see Deadpool and all this craziness. I personally am content to wait till November. Kind of like this one, I didn't really look at the cards. So even while sleeving, I didn't really spend any time looking at the cards. So kind of going into this one, fairly blind. So got it up. Got Psylocke here. 10 hit points. I'm going up against Expert Klaw, and I threw in Iron Spider's Sinister 6. Oh, hey, Discry, how's it going? So I got everything set up for Expert Klaw. Sorry, Discry, not a standard 2, just regular standard. Didn't want to do that to myself. So now I just got to flip over this one and then discard until I get a minion. All right, start with a weapons runner in play. Let's see what's going on here. So what do I got? I got a directed force, float like a butterfly, concussive blow, weapons training, psionic training, and the player side scheme laying a trap. Okay, that's not terrible. Laying trap isn't bad. Psionic, so clear that. 3 threat on it. Deal 5 damage per player on there, so 3 for 5. That's not terrible. Yeah, I'm just doing the pre-con. I always try to go through the first ones as pre-con. Let's see here. Psionic trading. Avoid guard and patrol, and then after I thwart, discard it to confuse an enemy. That seems good. Weapons training, get retaliate 1. After you attack, discard it to ready each weapon. Not as good. We got the new art version of concussive blow, which we know. Float like a butterfly, which I know everybody was really excited for. So if you attack a confused enemy, increase it by 1, which is cool. And directed force is interesting. When your hero makes an attack that has the keyword overkill, piercing, or range, that attack deals 2 additional damage. For some of those, like Wolverine, things like that, that is awesome. Played a game, went 0-3 versus Klaw last night. Okay. All right, the bar has been set. So let's see here. I'm going to get rid of directed force. Don't need that. Not going to do concussive blow. Don't need that. I'm going to keep lay the trap. I'm not going to keep weapons training right now, but I am going to keep psionic training. That seems like just an easy way to get rid of confuse him. And I'll actually pitch float like a butterfly right now. I want to see what else I can get. All right, so we got Cypher, Power of the Mind, Upside the Head, and another concussive blow. All right, let's see what we got here. So I got both my Psi Energy upgrades on the Psi Knife side. And then as an action, I can exhaust one of the upgrades to shuffle a psionic card into my deck. I don't think I'm going to do that. All right, so I think what we're going to do here is we're just going to flip up right away. I think I'm going to use one Psi Knife to throw down, lay the trap out there. I'm going to use my other one to get my psychic training out. I think I'm going to get Cypher in here. We're going to use Concussive Blow and the Power of the Mind to get Cypher out. So right now, let me get this out. So both of these in Psi Knife form, not Psi Katana. I'm thwarting for 3. So let's thwart for 3, and let's get rid of the Immortal Claw. Just take care of that one right off the bat. And so that knocks Claw down 10 hit points, back down to his normal 18. Come on. Keyboard's a little slow here. Let's see. I can't make a basic attack, so I can't really use Upside the Head. So actually, I'm going to retcon what I did. Instead, I'm going to use Concussive Blow and Upside the Head to pay for Cypher. I'm going to hold on to Power of the Mind, because see if I can get a psionic card next turn. And then I think Cypher will deal a damage to the weapons runner. Sure, why not? And we'll ready our cells up. Now, with these nice little resource generators in my psionic weaponry, the downside is she only draws 4, so I'm keeping Power of the Mind. I've got IPAC, Angel, and Telepathic Suggestion. All right, real quick, let me take a look at Telepathic Suggestion because it deals with encounter cards. 2 cost. When you reveal a card from the encounter deck, cancel its win revealed effect for each Psi Katana you control. Choose an enemy and deal 2 damage to it. For each Psi Knife you control, choose a scheme and remove 1 threat from it. That's handy. All right. So let's see what happens, though. We get 1 on the main. So we're at 6. Claw comes to attack. Attacking for 1. Yeah, I would agree with that. Describe definitely a flipper, and with all the confuse in her deck, it just seems like it's going to lead to a lot of flipping, which is great. I love flipping heroes. Miss Marvel, even after all this time, is still my favorite hero. So I'm thinking Psylocke might be up my alley here. So, all right. So coming to attack. What the hell? I'm just going to take it. So he's attacking for 1, 2, 3, 4. And then weapons runner will tag me for 1. So it takes me down to 5. Now we get an encounter card. which is Sonic Boom. I do not want to exhaust each character I control, so I am going to use the power of the mind. So I get to double the number of resources when paying for a psionic card to do that telepathic suggestion. So I get to cancel the when revealed. Doesn't have surge, doesn't have anything but when revealed, so I cancel it. I have both my knives out, so I get to remove 2 threat. I guess the way it's written, I get to choose individually, so it doesn't have to be a packet of 2. It looks like it can be 1 and 1. That seems good. So 1 and 1, huh? So we'll do 1 here. Let's get that one cleared out. And oh no, I can't because it's never mind. Because of Defense Network. So I'll just take them both from Defense Network. All right, so we are going to, I'm going to thwart for 3 off of Lay the Trap. So when defeated, the player who defeated the scheme deals 5 damage to the villain. So down to 13. And then I am going to, because I use one of my basic powers, I can choose to flip one of these upgrades. So I am going to, oh no, it's when you use it, not after. So no, I don't want to do that. I am, however, going to, after I thwart, I'm going to discard psionic training to confuse an enemy. So I'm going to confuse Klaw. Now I'm going to use Psyknife, and iPack to bring in Angel. So Angel is a nice 3-cost, 1 thwart, 2 attack, 3 hit points. Response after you play Angel from your hand, ready your identity. So we're going to ready Psylocke. Let's have Angel thwart for 1, clear out Defense Network. And we're just going to have Cypher just punch and kill the weapons runner, go away. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip Psylocke down and I'm going to recover for 3. And then I'm going to do my action. So one of my Psy energy upgrades. Exhaust. Oh, no, I can't. That's exhaust and upgrade and do it. That's right. Okay. So that is it. It might be a little bit of a sloppy playthrough just because I haven't really looked at her cards yet. So we got 6. We got 2 psionic redirects, 2 upside the heads, a flurry of blades, and a martial arts training. All right. All right. Enemy turn. 1 on the main. Klaw would scheme, but he is confused, and we get an encounter card, which is Solid Sound Body. So he gets retaliate 1, and I have to spend 1 of each resource to get rid of it. All right, so got to get rid of that. So unfortunately, that means Flurry of Blades I have to use. Maybe martial arts training. And then I guess I would do 1 more upside the head. No, actually, I'll do 1 of the psionic redirects. Then I could actually, yeah, then I could do both upside the heads and stun and confuse him. Okay, so I'm not going to heal. I'm going to just flip up. I'm going to do hero action. I'm going to spend psionic redirect, martial arts training, and flurry of blades to clear Solid Sound Body. I am going to have Angel attack and deal 2 damage. I am going to attack, and as I'm attacking, I'm going to flip one of my Psy Knives to its Psy Katana side, which gives me a +1 attack. So that is doing 2 damage. However, I'm going to spend a Psy Knife as a hero interrupt. I'm going to play upside the head. So first I have to attack. So I do the 2 damage, taking him down to 9. Then I am playing upside the head. I attacked and damaged him, so I get to confuse that enemy. Then in the same window, I'm going to use my Psy Katana. And actually, I'm going to flip this other Psy Knife to Psy Katana. Let's be in attack mode here. To play another upside the head, since I had 2 of them in my hand. Now that he's confused, it'll stun him instead. And upside the head is going to be so clutch for Justice players. All right, that is that. We are done. We're going to ready ourselves up. I'm going to pitch Psionic Redirect and then draw 2, 3, and 4. So another directed force. Oh, I do have piercing now with my katanas. Not sure where my other piercing token is. Oh, there it is. Okay, so directed force would actually be really good. Training regimen, it's a support. Exhaust it, search for a skill card and add it to your hand. If you're in hero form, then you have to discard a card. Mental detection, remove 1 threat from a scheme for each Psy Knife. Remove 2 additional for each Psy Katana, draw a card. That ain't bad. Telepathic suggestion. Oh, so this is my avoiding the treachery card. So let's see what happens. All right, so we're going to get 1 on the main, going up to 3. He would go to attack, but he is stunned, and we get 1 encounter card, which is, Shadow of the Past. Hey, you want to know what? That's a card I revealed from the encounter deck. So you know what I'm going to do? I am going to use Psy Katana, my Psy Katana resources to play Telepathic Suggestion. So I cancel its win revealed effects, and then for each katana I control, choose an enemy and deal 2 damage to it. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4 damage to Klaw. Well, that was a pretty handy convenience there. Okay. I can flip him right now. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to leave the threat high. I'm going to pay mental defection to play my training regimen out, since I'm going to be flipping down here. I'm going to attack with Psylocke, who's attacking for 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going to use directed force, because I have piercing on these, to do 2 additional damage. So I'm doing 5 damage. All right, so that takes care of stage 1 of Klaw, or stage 2 of Klaw. So looking at stage 3, he comes in with toughness. He has 22 hit points, and that's about it. But he is still confused. So then we're going to flip ourselves down. Not going to use training regimen, and I'll leave Angel around just in case I need a blocker later on. So, all right, so we get a Power of the Mind. We get a Telepathy, Concussive Blow, another directed force, Flurry of Blades, and X Bunker. What does X Bunker do? Okay, exhaust it. Action. Exhaust X Bunker and choose a player whose identity has a mutant trait. That player searches the top X cards of the deck for any card where X is the number of side schemes in the victory display and adds that card to their hand. All right, so if I put that down while I'm in Alter Ego, I could look, basically, I would get a free card draw. Not great in single player. Oh, can I do the chat on the left side of the screen? Let's see here. How would I do that? Might have to look at that. I'm not sure. I haven't really tried that one before, so. All right, I'll look at that later. Describe. Thanks for that idea, though. I'm not used to having people watch my stuff, so that's never really come up before. All right, so one on the main goes, so we're at 4-6. He goes to scheme, but he is confused. We get one encounter card, which is Sonic Boom. Either spend one of each resource or exhaust each character you control. Do I even have one of each resource? I do. Okay. I'm not going to use X Bunker, Telepathy, or Concussive Blow, so I'm going to do that because I don't want to exhaust my characters. Okay, first things first. Let's use Training Regimen to search my deck for a skill card. My deck's kind of low, so I don't know if I'm going to have. So Float Like a Butterfly is a skill. Another Float Like a Butterfly. That's it. So I guess I'm adding one of the Float Like a Butterflies. I'm not in hero form, so I don't have to discard a card. I thought it was also from the discard pile, so my initial thought was, oh, I'll just grab another directed force, and then I'll be doing 7 damage on a basic attack. Nice. Alas, can't do it. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to just flip up. I'm going to be playing Flurry of Blades, Psionic, so I'm going to use Power of the Mind, so that doubles it. And I'm going to use one of my katana resources. And I am going to use my inner... Oh, no, that's a basic power, so I can't do that anyway. Never mind. Never mind. All right, that's fine. I'm still using it, though. So that's the 3 for it. So Flurry of Blades says deal 2 damage to an enemy, and then since I have 2 side katanas out, I get to choose an enemy and deal 4 damage to it. There's only 1 out there, so that is a total of 6 damage. I wanted to get a side knife out to confuse. Actually, I'm going to do this instead. So I'm going to go a little out of order. So before I played that, I will have thwarted, and then the thwart I'm going to choose to flip over my side knife. So I'm thwarting for 2. Let's get that down. Oh, and I just realized oh well, I'm gonna have to change a whole bunch of things up here. Yeah, I saw that tough later. So all right, so I'm doing that. So I've got 1 side knife, 1 katana. I guess I don't like it, but Angel is gonna just sacrifice himself to take the tough off. Oh well. Sorry, Warren. Now I will do Flurry of Blades with the Power of the Mind, and I'll use the side knife. So instead, I'm going to, so I was at 22. I'm only going to be doing 4 damage. So the 2 initial and then 2 damage from having 1 katana out. And then I get to confuse him. I'm going to use my katana resource and directed force to put out a float like a butterfly upgrade. All right, and that's going to be that. Telepathy, another float like a butterfly, Captain Britain, and mental detection. All right, enemy phase. 1 on the main, up to 3. He is coming to attack. I think I'm going to just have to defend this. It's coming for 2 with 2 boosts, so yeah. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I defend for 2. I take 4. All right, we get 1 encounter card, which is, the Iron Spider himself has shown up. All right, so this is Guard, Patrol, Retaliate, and Toughness. And Overkill. All right. Let us. We're going to do mental detection. I'm going to use Psy Knife and Katana. So I get to remove 1 threat from a scheme. And then for each Psy Knife I control. Oh no, it's a thwart. Can't do that because of Iron Spider. Never mind. Stupid Iron Spider. Oh, I got 2 retaliates instead of tough out there. Oof. Well, I think I do not like this at all. So if I flip down, the scheme is going to pop because while he's confused, I'm going to get 1, and Iron Spider is there, so I can't do anything about it. All right. I got a plan. It's not a great plan, but it's a plan. All right. We're going to use my side katana resource to put down telepathy. So telepathy. Oh, no, that's a thwart action, too. Never mind. Oh, didn't notice the thwart thing. Not good. Not great. I think we're just going to have to deal with it popping. No other way around it. We're going to spend 2 and then float like a butterfly and telepathy. I'm going to put in Captain Britain. I'm not going to do anything with him yet because I'm not having him waste himself and 3 damage punching on Iron Spiders. So we're going to flip ourselves down. And that's going to be it. We'll ready ourselves up. Do I hold on to this? No, because shouldn't matter. So drawing up to 6 again. So we get another telepathy, power of the mind. Pete Wisdom, Flurry of Blades, Mental Detection, and Soaring Hearts. That decks me, so I get a card. Well, Soaring Hearts is the team up. I don't have Angel in play right now, but search discard pile for an identity-specific event and add it to your hand, and then ready Angel and Psylocke for a cost of 2. Not sure how I feel about that one. It seems a little expensive, but I guess you get a card and you ready yourself. Oh well, let's see what happens. So, villain pays. We're getting 1 on the main. He goes to scheme, but he gets confused. Iron Spider schemes for 2, which pops this. All right, win reveal. Discard cards from the encounter deck until a minion is discarded, then put it in play, engage with you. We get an Armored Guard. Not a fan of that. So we've got 2 guards with Tough out. On the bright side, he doesn't add any scheme to it because the scheme is 0. And now we get our encounter cards. Bombshell. And Under Fire, Surges. And then reveal the top card of the encounter deck. We got an Illegal Arms Factory. Well, this was going not bad for me. And then Caught Off Guard, discard an upgrade or support you control. Well, Float Like a Butterfly, you're gone. Oof. Oof, oof, oof. This is not spectacular. All right, my turn. So I'm going to use Chaining Room, go find a skill, which is going to be Directed Force. Add that to my hand. All right, we're going to flip ourselves up. Soaring Hearts does me no good. I could do that, I suppose. I am going to spend the Power of the Mind for Mental Detection. So I get to remove 1 threat from a scheme, which will be from here. And then for each Psy Knife I control, and I currently have 1, remove 2 threat from a scheme. That is that one. And then for each Psy Katana you control, draw 1 card. I draw a card into a concussive blow. All right, I think we're going to use Flurry of Blades. So we're going to use our Katana. We're going to use our Psy Knife. And then because I used it to generate a resource, I'm going to choose to flip it. So that is 1, 2, and I will spend Pete Wisdom as the 3rd. All right, so I am going to deal 2 damage to an enemy. I'm going to choose that to be Bombshell. For each Psy Knife you control, I no longer control any Psy Knives. So for each Katana you control, choose an enemy and deal 2 damage to it. So for this one, I'm going to choose Bombshell, finish her off. For this one, I'm going to choose Armored Guard, which takes his tough off. Okay. We're getting there. All right, Captain Britain is now going to punch the armored guard for 3. Captain Britain is 4 costs, 3 and 3, 2 consequential each, but he takes -1 damage after he thwarts a side scheme or attacks a minion. So since that was a minion, he only takes 1 consequential. All right. Now Psylocke is going to attack the Iron Spider with directed force. So that is a 1, 2, 3 with piercing, so tough just comes off. And when your hero makes an attack that has that, it deals 2 additional damage. So that is 5 total out of 6. Hey, Brant. Yeah, I got a lot of tokens. Unfortunately, I don't have anything else I can do here. I guess I'll spend Concussive Blow to get a telepathy down, because why not? And I'll pitch Soaring Hearts, because it doesn't do me any good right now. All right. Almost got it back under control. Needed just a little bit more, though. Oof, I've only got 4 hit points, too. Oh, and I don't think I dealt my retaliate damage, so that's down to 3. All right, so we're getting 1 on the main. Klaw is coming to attack. I guess Captain Britain has to defend this. Oh, I should probably draw my hands. Telepathic Suggestion, Power of the Mind, Psionic Redirect, and then Flurry of Blades. Okay. That actually isn't bad. Okay. Captain Britain's still going to take this. So attacking for 2. 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess I could have used a Psionic Redirect on it. Oh well. Didn't want to run into 2 triple boosts. Iron Spider comes to attack. Just for 2. He doesn't have Villainous. I'm just looking to see what I can do here. So I've got my Psionic Redirect if I want to, but I don't think that makes any sense. So we're just going to defend, take nothing, and be done with it. Now we get 2 encounter cards because of Illegal Arms Factory. Hobgoblin. All right. And Electro. Well, I mean, I put the Iron Spider Sinister Six in here, so I don't know what I'm expecting. What else I'd be expecting than just a whole bunch of minions. So okay. After Electro, though, has a win engage. So choose 1 card from your hand with a printed energy resource and attach it to her. Ugh, I guess I'm doing that. This is not going great for me. Yeah, Iron Spider is. I wanted to up it a little bit, but for the pre-con, maybe I shouldn't have. But oh well, is what it is. All right. We're going to use Katana, and a Psionic Redirect. No, hang on a second. I defended, so I can't even do that. Shoot. I think I may be doomed here with all those minions out. I'm trying to think if I can click, because I can't. So I've got Flurry of Blades out. So I can deal 2 damage to an enemy, and then for each Psy Knife you control, choose an enemy and confuse it. For each Psy Katana you control, choose an enemy and deal 2 damage to it. Okay, no. I have a chance. Okay. I am going to use the Psy Katana. And then Psionic Redirect to do Flurry of Blades. But I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to flip one of these over. When I generated the resource, I can choose to flip one of them over. I'm going to flip that. I'm going to do the 2 damage to Iron Spider. Because that defeats him, I don't get retaliated on. For each Psy Knife I control, choose an enemy and confuse it. So we're going to confuse Klaw. And then for each Psy Katana you control, choose an enemy and deal 2 damage to it. I guess I'm gonna do Electro. Then I think this works. So I'm going to use Telepathy. I have the Psionic trait. I'm going to exhaust it and spend double mental. And then I don't know if this works or not. I don't know, Descry or Brant, if you're still there, if you know if this works. Does Power of the Mind count as 2 resources for the sake of telepathy? Because I'm spending it, I'm not really paying for it. So my fear is that this doesn't actually work the way I want it to. You think it works? Oh, that's true, Sid. All right, so we're going to say it does. And so I can get rid of the illegal arms factory because I don't need more. Counter says then I got to flip down. Sitting on 3 hit points. And then ready ourselves up. All right, so we're getting 6. So another Power of the Mind. Martial arts training. Another telepathy. Another telepathy. Float like a butterfly. And Flurry of Blades. Okay, Flurry of Blades is good. I like that one. The rest of them, not so much, but what are you going to do? So another one on the main to go up to 2. Klaw would scheme, but he is confused. Hobgoblin schemes for 2. Electro schemes for 2. So we are at 5 out of 8. All right, we get an encounter card, which is Sandman. All right, I think I'm just going to get buried under the Sinister 6 here. I don't think there's going to be a whole lot I can do about this, but all right, so I got to exhaust to heal, which is not ideal. All right, let's do training regimen to go find another skill. Let's see, so that is weapons training, directive force, psionic training. Oh, upside the head. Oh, upside the head might not be bad. Oh, no, but I'd have to do a basic, so that doesn't do me any good there. So, yeah. Okay, so that doesn't do me any good, and directed force doesn't do me any good. So, I think I'll get, I'll take weapons training. Take weapons training. All right, let's flip ourselves up. Okay, so we are going to use my katana and my knife. And for my knife, I'm going to choose to flip that up to katana mode. And then float like a butterfly. To play Flurry of Blades, deal 2 damage to an enemy. I will choose Electro, which defeats Electro. Then I have 2 katanas, so I get to choose. I'm going to choose Hobgoblin and Hobgoblin. I'm going to spend 2 telepathies on weapons training. And then I'm going to use telepathy and the power of the mind again to remove 2 threat off of that. Try to keep that under control. Do I want to do that? No, instead of no, I'm going to keep weapons training out. It's going to be 2, 3. He's attacking for 2. So as long as he doesn't get a 3 boost icon, we'll try it. I'll keep training in my hand. Eye pack, upside the head, and a directed force. Yeah, I think I'm gonna lose this. Yeah, I should have. I'm gonna retcon a little bit. Instead of weapons training, I'll have put out my martial arts training. I'm just gonna discard it or I'll keep it in my hand to do it and just say I discarded the other card. This will give me a +1 defense and it'll allow me to ready myself. So, all right. All right. Let's see how this goes. So 4 out of 8 comes to attack. I will be defending. I'm defending for 3 with martial arts training. So 2, star. Oh, good. Another minion. So still 2, star. Weapons runner and spot. All right. So he attacks me for 2. I take nothing. Okay. I am going to pitch the training to ready myself. All right, so now weapons runner hits me for 1. I'm not going to defend any of these. Sandman hits me for 1. Oh, and I do have retaliate, so, or no, I don't have retaliate. That was the other one. Shoot, that's right. That's why I put the other one in. Oh, well. Hobgoblin hits me for 2. Spot hits me for 1. And yeah, that's that. Now I get an encounter card. Advance. Scheming for 3, 4, and I lost. Okay. Well, that didn't go great. No surprise. I mean, Psylocke does have some decent attack events in her hand, but when you get buried under, 3, 4 beefy minions, a Justice player struggles. Go figure. So that was that. So that was interesting. So there's definitely a lot of mental bandwidth on here, and obviously this is the first time. I'm sure it'll get smoother as I go along here, with figuring out what to do with the side katanas, of how to do it, how you want to have them in play and everything. Describe precon seems pretty bad. Yeah, it's not spectacular. I don't know. I know a lot of people were in on Float Like a Butterfly. When a character you control attacks a confused enemy, increase the amount of damage that attack deals by 1. If it wasn't max 1 per player, I would be more excited about it. But just increasing 1 attack, I guess attack events, basic attacks, if you leave them up, if you don't flip down to alter ego a lot, I guess you can rack up the extra damage with that. But just, it definitely would not be a 3 of in my deck. That would be a 1. Upside the Head, that one is cool. I definitely like that one. Downside is I just didn't get enough opportunity to attack the villain to really use that, except the one time. Concussive Blow is Concussive Blow. Cypher, I guess, is okay. I mean, 2 cost for a 1/1/2. And if he happens to be attacking a confused enemy, you get a card out of it. So I guess he's a more situational Ironheart. I would rather have Ironheart than that. It would be one thing, like maybe if he didn't take consequential damage, if the enemy was confused, that might be good. But I mean, realistically, you get 2 attacks. If you're lucky, you'll get 2 cards out of him. But more than likely, you're going to get just, at least most of the time, for me, I'm guessing it would be play him, attack once, maybe get a card out of it, and then use him as a chump blocker, which Ironheart does the same thing, but it guarantees the card draw. So not thrilled about Cypher either. What else we got? X-Bunker, again, unless you're playing multiplayer or cable, is not worth it. I understand why they made the card and everything. That's fine. Telepathy, I don't know. Telepathy is just a worse plan B. You got to pay it. So it's a 1 cost upgrade. So you're already spending 2 cards to get it on the table. Then you got to spend 2 mental resources to remove 2 threat from a scheme. And it's thwart. It's not even like a beat cop where it's just you remove a threat so you can get around the patrol keyword. Nope. It is a thwart action. So again, doesn't seem like good value to me. Maybe a 1 of as kind of an emergency, but nothing else. What do we got? IPAC. I mean, make Star-Lord a honorary X-Force member. And that would be amazing. But otherwise, no, I don't really see it. 1 encounter card for 2 cards. Doesn't, I mean, situationally, I guess it could be good, but not really. And then Soaring Hearts, again, I'm not sold on that as a team-up card. I'll have to play that. Directed Force is neat. It's 0 cost event. If you've got piercing, ranged, overkill, you deal 2 additional damage. So that's pretty cool. I wonder why they do it 2 additional damage as opposed to Skilled Strike, which is why they're saying 2 additional damage as opposed to boosting your attack value. I wonder why they changed the card formatting. Oh, max 1 per. 1 per attack. Oh, now it's trash. Now it's trash. Gosh. 1 per attack. Yeah, your aggression runs skilled strike. I mean, I guess effectively this is the basic version of skilled strike, kind of like a basic version of skilled strike. So it's got to be not as good as the aspect version. So I guess maybe that's why. But my estimation of it went down a lot when I just noticed that max 1 per attack. And then the power of the mind. Power of the mind, resource card, again, situational. If you're running a lot of psionic things, it's great. It can be great. If you're not, it's not. This would be more of an add-on to the other resource cards you bring, rather than a replacement. I don't think you'd replace energy or strength with this one, unless right now there's no decks that have a that are like the Hulk, where you want a lot of the physicals for the kickers or anything, or Iron Man with his repulsor blasts and energy. So maybe if we get a hero that like really cares about nothing but mental, Mr. Fantastic or something, but then that's psionic, so that wouldn't be great. So I don't know. Professor X, hero card. It's good enough. It's nothing spectacular to write home about. And then Pete Wisdom, only if you have the X-Force trait, 4 cost for 3 thwart, with 2 consequential, 2 attack with 1 consequential, and 3 hit points. And then a response. After you resolve the when revealed effect on a treachery card, heal 1 damage from Pete Wisdom. I guess the theory being you've got most encounter decks tend to be a little treachery heavy. So in theory, you're constantly getting 2 damage out of this guy. Every turn you can get 2 damage. You can buff him up, Voltron him up with a plasma pistol or a sidearm or something like that, and get his attack up to 2, maybe 3, and then just keep him around for a long time. So, but I don't know. 4 cost seems a little high for him. So there's not a lot of allies in this deck. There's Pete, Cypher, and Captain Britain. That's another thing that interesting to me. Only where did Captain Britain go? Seriously, where did Captain Britain go? He's in my deck someplace. It's gotta be. Right? All right. Did I put him in? I accidentally put him in. Yeah, I must have put him in the encounter deck. There we go. So, and then we got Captain Britain, another big 4 cost guy, but the 3 attack, 3 thwart is nice. Only 3 hit points though. I guess he's a little bit like the opposite of Drax, is where that you want to go after minions in side schemes and not the mains, so that he only takes 1 consequential. But still, even if he was 3 attack, 3 thwart, 3 hit points, I mean, with 1 consequential each, is 4 good for that? I guess 4 is probably fair for that. Yeah, so surprisingly, not a lot of allies in this group. And then the player size team, because we're going to be getting a bunch of these, probably at least 1 in each pack that comes out, just to keep supporting the player side scheme and cable and everything. This one seems good. 1 cost, 3 threat per player, and then you deal 5 damage per player to the villain. I mean, lower player counts, I think it's really good. Because, I mean, like Klaw, especially, like if you're not even going expert, if you're just on phase 1 of Klaw, he's 12 hit points to start with, so you're almost taking him to halfway, 3 threat. Now, 4-player game, you need 12 threat to get 20 damage on an enemy. That's not bad. I don't know. Generally speaking, I like the player side schemes. Some of them don't seem to be a lot of value on it. I think this one's better than the other, the Justice one that came out with the first wave. But it provisionally seems good. I don't know. In the grand scheme of math, 3 for 5 on solo is not great. I suppose it's not really 3 cost. It's 3 threat removal, and there are ways to just tank threat removal. And then there are people like Cable who can not only just clear a bunch of threat, but also get benefits for clearing side schemes. So I like Lay the Trap. That's pretty good. So I don't know. I got to try the pre-con again. But I like the idea of Psylocke. I'm not sure if I like the, as Describe said, I'm not necessarily a huge fan of the pre-con. Pre-con seems a little weak. Here's what I'm going to do here. I got time. I am going to try another game with Psylocke here. I'll keep Klaw, but I think what I'll do is I'm going to cheat. I'm going to go easy mode. I'm going to go back to it's pre-con Psylocke, it's pre-con Klaw. So we're going to go for, we're going to take it down a notch. We're going to go with standard Klaw with the recommended modulars. So let's get out. We don't need Sinister 6 or the Iron Spider Sinister 6. We don't need the expert cards. I'll need Defense Network out. We'll go throw Masters of Evil under here. All right. I'm actually a little surprised that the pre-con is as weak as it is, because usually Justice pre-cons are really, really strong. But I suppose not everything can be a winner. All right, so I'll reset my hit points, shuffle up the villains deck, then let's go. Then we'll go fetch a minion. All right, who are we getting? Tiger Shark. Couldn't have been a weapons runner to start with. All right, let's see what we're drawing here. Mental Detection, Soaring Hearts, Directed Force, Telepathic Suggestion, Concussive Blow, and Power of the Mind. Okay. I do that. So we can do this. Yeah, let's keep mental detection, directive force, telepathic suggestion, power of the mind. Then we get an X bunker and another power of the mind. Okay. All right, so we're going to flip up to Psylocke. We're going to use Psyknife. Psyknife and Psyknife to play for a mental detection. And I'm going to choose, as I spend a resource, to change one over into Psykatana. So I get to remove one threat from a scheme, taking this down to 2. And for each Psyknife I control, remove 2 additional threat, clearing that off. And then for each katana that I control, draw 1 card, which is telepathy. All right. Not great. All right, so we are going to attack Tiger Shark with a directed force. So I'm attacking for 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 damage on Tiger Shark. Guess I'm gonna spend X bunker to get a telepathy out because I don't have cards in my hand to do other things. And then I'm gonna pitch one of my power of the minds. All right, so I'm keeping telepathic suggestion and the power of the mind, drawing 2 more, telepathy, and a martial arts training. All right, so we're getting 1 on the main. He's coming to attack. I'm just going to take it. So 0, 2, 3. So I take 3. And then Tiger Shark's going to attack me for 3. I'm just going to take it. And then he gets a tough card. And now we get encounter card, Sonic Boom. I'm going to spend Power of the Mind for a telepathic suggestion. For each Psykatana you control, that's 1. Choose an enemy, deal 2 damage to it. I'm going to choose Klaw. And then for each Psyknife you control, choose a scheme and remove 1 threat from it. So we'll remove that. So that is that. So now it's my turn. I will attack. Since I've got my katana, it has piercing, so it gets rid of the tough. It does 2 damage, so Tiger Shark goes away. I'm going to spend this katana resource to get on my martial arts training. So I have a +1 defense. And then I guess for telepathy, oh no, there's nothing. I guess I'm going to spend Psyknife to put a 2nd telepathy down. I don't know. I got nothing else to do, really. So, and I think I'm going to chance it and flip down. Actually, then I am not going to do that with telepathy. What I'm going to do instead is I'm going to exhaust my knife to shuffle 1 psionic card into my discard pile. And I think that's going to be telepathic suggestion, because I'm sorry, canceling encounter cards is just fun. I like it. I fully approve that. Okay, we'll pitch telepathy, read everything up, drawn up to 6, cipher, float like a butterfly, power of the mind, psionic redirect, directed force, and another psionic redirect. Oof. two defense cards while in Alter Ego mode is not ideal. So we're getting one on the main. He's scheming for 2, 3. So we're up to 4. And now we get an encounter card, which is Klaw's Vengeance. Discard 1 card at random from my hand. Honestly, I don't really even have any cards I care about in my hand at the moment, so that's fine with me. Float like a butterfly, whatever. All right, so I've got to heal myself for 3. I am going to spend 2 psionic redirects to get Cypher out. I'm going to flip myself up. I'm going to use telepathy and spend the power of the mind to take 2 threat off of here. Actually, I'm redoing things. I'm keeping one of my psionic redirects and instead spending direct force off it. Yeah, and then I guess Cypher will hit for 1. Let's take 1 off the main instead. All right, let's ready ourselves up. Gonna hold on to the redirect. 1 telepathic suggestion, flurry of blades, and a concussive blow. All right. So he's getting 1 on the main. He's coming to attack. You know, I'm just gonna take it. So he's attacking for 2. Ooh, 5. I'm going to spend a concussive blow and one of my katanas to play Psionic Redirect. When your hero would take any amount of damage, prevent 2 of that damage. For each Psi Katana you control, which is 1, prevent 2 additional damage. So I prevent 4 damage from it out of the 5 attacks, so I take 1. And then for each Psi Knife you control, which one of is, confuse that enemy. All right, so take 1 damage and I'm confused. And confuse Klaw. All right, encounter card is an Armored Guard with toughness. Okay, so I've got nothing I can do at the moment, really. All right, so we are going to attack. So I'm going to use my Psi Energy Control Interrupt. When you use one of Psylocke's basic powers, flip 1 Psi Energy upgrade. So I'm going to flip this. So that gives me another +1 attack and piercing. I'm attacking the Armored Guard, taking him out. Then I think I'm going to flip down. And then I am going to Psi Katana. I'm going to use my hero action, exhaust my katana, and shuffle a psionic card back into my deck. I'm going to do my thwart one. All right, I'm going to be bad. I'm going to hold on to 2 cards and then draw 4 more. Upside the head, flurry of blades, upside the head, and a weapons training. All right, 1 on the main is confused. Counter card is Whirlwind. Okay. I don't think I want to. No, I don't want to heal. Okay, so we're just gonna. Oh, let me just see here real quick. No. Okay. So we're just gonna flip up. All right, we are going to spend 3 of my cards. So telepathic suggestion, fury of blades, and weapon training to get a flurry of blades out. So deal 2 damage to an enemy over here. For each side knife you control, I have none. For each side katana you control, I have 2 of them. Choose an enemy and deal 2 damage to it. I'm going to choose him twice, so whirlwind goes away. I am now going to attack Klaw with both katanas, so I have, so I'm attacking for 3. 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going to use this side katana, resource generation, to play upside the head, so I confuse the enemy. And then I'm going to use, in the same window, I'm going to use this side katana to play this upside the head, which stuns it. All right, and whatever. Cypher's just going to punch for 2 since he's at, or no, punch for 1. But no, I don't want to do that because that's drawing a card. That's not going to do me any good now. So maybe next turn I'll do that. So drawing 4 cards. I get float like a butterfly, mental detection, psionic training, and another float like a butterfly. All right, so we get 1 on the main to go to 4 out of 6. He would attack, but he is stunned. Encounter card is in advance. Well, shoot. So he's scheming for 2, just 2 on the bright side. The other advance goes away. So now discard until I get a minion, which is the first card. It is an armor guard. Okay. All right, that changes things a lot. All right, well, let's have Cypher attack Klaw for 1. So since he's confused, I get to draw a card, which is Concussive Blow. Cypher is defeated. I will attack with both my side katanas, which piercing takes care of the tough, 3 damage, takes care of that card. Don't need my thwart card anymore. Sure. What we're going to do is we're going to spend 2 psionic training and mental detection to put down a float like a butterfly. So now when I attack a confused enemy, it's +1 damage. I am going to use both my Psykatana resources and my other float like a butterfly to play Concussive Blow. Confuse an enemy, but he's already confused. I used fist resources with katana, so that's 3 damage, +1 with float like a butterfly. And now we're flipping down and readying up. IPAC, training regimen, mental detection, directed force, flurry of blades, and another mental detection. All right, 1 on the main would scheme, but he is confused. Encounter card is a weapons runner, which surges into the Immortal Klaw. Well, shoot. It had to be right when he has 2 hit points left, so that knocks him up to 10. Come on. Why aren't you raising his hit points? There we go. So 12. And this comes in with 3. And an acceleration icon. Okay. Alrighty. All right, let's see what I want to do here. Okay, I'm going to spend IPAC to get down my training regimen. And then I'm going to use it to look for a skill card in my deck. Upside the Head. Looks like Upside the Head is the only skill card in my deck at the moment. Okay. Now we're going to flip ourselves up. All right, we're going to spend one Sai Katana resource, which I am then going to flip. And one directed force, or no, not directed force, then mental detection to play mental detection. Remove one threat from a scheme. And then for each Psy Knife you control, which is that, remove two additional threats. So that just takes us out for the time being because he's going to come right. It's going to come right back. For each Psy Katana you control, which I've got one, draw a card, which is my player side scheme. All right. I am now going to spend 3 for Flurry of Blades. Hang on a second. Oh yeah, that does take him down to 2 hit points. I'm going to use Sai Katana and these two to pay for Flurry of Blades. I'm not going to flip the Katana yet. So deal 2 damage to an enemy. Bam. For each Psy Knife you control, choose an enemy and confuse it. I confuse you. For each Katana you control, choose an enemy and deal 2 damage to it. I'm dealing 2 damage to Klaw, moving him to phase 2. So phase 2, go find the Immortal Klaw and put it in play. Hey, look. And then he's still confused. He comes in with 18. All right. Now, so that is that. I am going to thwart. While I'm thwarting, I'm going to use my Psy Energy control. Oops, no, not this one. To flip this Katana over to its knife side. So I am now thwarting for 3, which gets rid of the Immortal Klaw, which is why I didn't put the extra hit points on there. And then we're going to flip down. And ready ourselves up. I'm going to keep Upside the Head, Captain Britain, Angel, Telepathic Suggestion, Pete Wisdom, and Telepathy, which gives me encounter card because I just decked out. All right. Feeling a little bit better about this game than the last one. All right, so we're getting 1 on the main. Scheme Buddy is confused, and now we get 2 encounter cards. First being Masters of Evil. When revealed, discard cards from the encounter deck until a Masters of Evil minion is Put into play. All right. Nope. 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 Negative. Nope. Nope. There we go. Radioactive Man. The annoying one. All right. So, see, my other one is Assault. It surges into Weapons Runner, which surges into Melter. All right, and then the villain decked out as well. All right, well, I was feeling pretty good. That's what I get for saying, hey, this one seems to be going better. Now the question is, do I have enough damage to do stuff? All right. Let's do training regimen first. Let's go get a skill card. I'm going to get a directive force. All right, so none of these people have guard. However, that is a lot of damage coming my way. So I don't think I'm going to be able to. Actually, instead of directive force, I am going to choose instead to get an upside the head. Is there only... I gotta have more upside the heads in here. I know it's more than one. Why am I not finding any upside the heads in my deck? Because I screwed up again and put them in the encounter deck. It's amazing how often I screw that up. All right, so I'm going to get an upside the head instead of the directive force. Because that way I can stun Klaw as well. All right, I'm going to choose not to heal. We're just flipping up. We are going to I don't have enough to do what I want in the order that I want to do. All right, that's fine. That's fine. It'll be okay. Not as much damage as I would have liked, but that's okay. That's okay. All right, so we are going to attack Klaw. And while we attack him, I'm flipping one of these over to Katana mode. So I'm attacking for 2. And then I am using my Katana resource to pay for 1 upside the head and my Psy Knife to pay for the other upside the head, at which point I will flip this Psy Knife over to its Katana mode. So Klaw is stunned and confused and took 2 damage. All right. We are now spending 3 to get Angel out. I played him from my hand, so I get to ready my identity. Psylocke will attack for 3, and then Angel will attack for 2. So that is 5 damage. I forgot float like a butterfly, so I get 2 more damage from both Angel and Psylocke. So 1, 2, 9. All right. Got it. That's true. Well, unfortunately, Melter's going to take out Angel, but that's okay. That's okay. He did what he needed to do. So I'm going to hold on to Telepathic Suggestion, Mental Detection, Psionic Training, and a Weapons Training. All right, so we're getting 3 on the main. So this is going to 5 out of 8. He would attack, but he is stunned. Melter is attacking. Oh, must defend with an ally if able. So I have to defend with Angel. So Angel is taken out. Then Weapons Runner comes and hits for 1. And then Radioactive Man hits for 1. And now I have to discard a random card from my hand. That is, of course, my 4th card. All right, encounter card is Klaw's Vengeance. Claw attacks you. It deals damage. Put threat on the main scheme. All right. I'm instead going to spend resources there, and after I spent them, I'm going to choose to flip them. Or I'm going to flip 1. I'm just going to flip 1. So to do that, to play Telepathic Suggestion. So when you reveal it, cancel its effects, the when revealed effects. So I don't have to deal with that. For each side katana you control, choose an enemy and deal 2 damage to it. I will... Yeah, let's take out the Weapons Runner. And then for each psi knife you control, choose a scheme and remove a threat from it. So we'll remove it from here. Oh, hang on. I didn't want to use the... No, I screwed that up. Anyway, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. All right. So I guess what we're going to do, we're going to thwart. And then I'm going to use my ability to flip this one. So we're thwarting for 3. Then we're going to flip down. I'm going to use my training regiment to go get a skill. Going to make it be upside the head. No, not upside the head. Directive force. And I'm going to use directive force and psionic training to pay for a weapons training. So I now have retaliate. All right, now I got to ready up. Drawing 6. Need some damage here. Power of the mind. Concussive blow. Float like a butterfly. Lay the trap. Soaring hearts. And mental detection. No damage cards whatsoever. All right. So we're getting 1, 2, 3 on here, taking this up to 4. Clawwood scheme is confused. And then we add 2 more on here to be 6 out of 8. And now we get an encounter card, which is a weapons runner, which surges into Masters of Mayhem. Each minion attacks a hero it is engaged with. If no attacks were this way, were made this way, search the encounter deck and discard pile for Master of Evil minion and reveal it. So I got Tiger Shark and Whirlwind. So I guess I'll do Whirlwind just because he's less damage, although I can't survive this. So all right, 9 damage. Do I have 9 damage in my hand? Maybe I do. I do, actually, I think. Maybe. So hang on. Yeah, okay. I got a plan. All right, so training regimen. I'm going to get a directed force. Okay, we're going to flip ourselves up. We're going to use Soaring Hearts to pay for the Lay the Trap side scheme. Or actually, hang on. No. I'm using, instead of Soaring Hearts, I'm using one of my side knives, which I am then flipping to my katana, flipping to the katana side to pay for that. So that comes in with 3. I am then going to use Soaring Hearts and Float Like a Butterfly to pay for Mental Detection, remove 1 threat from a scheme, taking this down to 2. Then for each side knife you control, remove 2 additional threat. So that defeats that, which allows me to do 5 damage to an enemy. And then for each side katana you control, draw a card. And it is Flurry of Blades. Oh, very nice. All right, that's going to do it then. That is going to do it. So we are going to use the Sai Knife, which I will flip to Sai Katana, Power the Mind, and Concussive Blow to play Flurry of Blades. So deal 2 damage to an enemy. I'm going to choose Melter. For each Sai Katana you control, choose an enemy and deal 2 damage to it. So I am just going to take out Melter because he took out Angel, and Psylocke's bitter about that. Now I'm going to attack with Psylocke using directed force. So that is 1, 2, 3, and I do 2 additional damage. All right. I at least got a win out of her. Had to be against Precon. Her Precon deck had to be against Precon Klaw. Very interesting. I think I got to agree with Descry that Precon is just not good. The Precon is just not good. Maybe it's the scenario I picked, that there was just a lot of minions, and clearly once she gets a lot of minions, she gets kind of bogged down. It's like she's kind of focused on one thing, either focus on attacking or focus on thwart removal. You can't do both, and it's big chunks rather than a lot of different things. I mean, I don't know. Her attack event is the Flurry of Blades isn't bad, but it's chunks of 2 damage. So it's not even like a single big attack. It's not like a swinging web kick or something like that, where it's, I can take out Radioactive Man with just this card. So in that regard, I don't like that. The max she is 3 for 6, and that's a little behind the curve. Yeah, she's got resource generators that you can use to help with that, and they give her stat buff with the cost of the card, and they give her stat buffs for her basic either attack or thwart. But she's not set up to handle big minions. She's handled to set up a lot of little minions. Yeah, I'm gonna have to try in other aspects. I mean, I could see her definitely. My 2 games with a precon, so take it as you will. But I could see where she'd be great in multiplayer, where you can choose your role, and she can kind of swap between what's needed or do these little chunks of damage across the board rather than I'm going to dump it all on one. So I like her, but I got to play more with her and see how things go. I'm not sure Justice is great with her. I mean, she's got some confused tech in her deck, obviously, and Justice does have a few cards that trigger off of if they're confused, like the Float Like a Butterfly or Upside the Head or things like that. But other than that, she doesn't necessarily need not getting a lot of benefit out of it. I mean, she does like to flip for the hand size. I don't know. I'm wondering if maybe she'd be better in aggression to just focus on her anger issues and kill things. I don't know. Definitely got to play with her. She's even reasonable for protection too, because she can get up to a 3 defense with her martial arts training. Yeah. All right. Well, I think that's gonna wrap it up for me. So Psylocke, interesting. Less powerful than I thought she was going to be. I thought she was going to be a little bit more higher end. I still like the flipping. I like the thought processes that you have to do with, okay, which form do I want my Psy upgrades? Do I want the katana? Do I want the knife? And ordering of everything. I do like that. I do tend to like those, high brain burn heroes. I like Miss Marvel, like Spider, Black Widow. I like those, but got to get more games in with her because I'm just not sure. She's definitely not on the same level as like a Cable and a Domino. That is for sure. I'll get Angel on the table next. Probably not tonight because I got my weekly Arkham game tonight. But yeah, I'll get Angel on the table here soon and try out that precon and see how it goes. And then it's into deck building time with him. So awesome. Anybody that watched live, just Descry, Brant, thanks for popping on and chatting with me. I'm definitely going to have to look at doing this better where I can see the chat a little bit more in real time and things. And I'll get this loaded up on YouTube if you're watching it later. Appreciate the views. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe if you want to see more. Leave comments with your opinions on Psylocke if you've tried her out so far. And otherwise, I'll be putting some more stuff up. I got more team up challenges. I was working on Ant-Man and the Wasp next. But otherwise, thank you much for watching. I will catch you again soon. Later.